Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at the myth of War Tycoon. Don't forget to subscribe and like on us. And here we go. The first myth is that the damage of Katyusha and laser rockets are the same. Well, let's check if Kismatech wasn't lazy. To check it, we spawned A10 and after the first hit, 68% remained. After the second, 36% and after the third only 5%. And as a result, one hit does about 32 units of damage, so it takes 4 hits to destroy an A10. Disapproved. The next myth is that the laser can destroy any aircraft with a single missile. Let's take a look at this. Okay, one missile, one A10. What about the F-35? Well, understandable, but most likely it's just a bug, so confirmed. The third myth is that the damage of the Panzer and ADATS missiles is different. To test it, we spawned an F-35 and fired 3 missiles at it. The first hit left the plane with 88% damage. The second hit left it with 77% damage and the third 68% damage. So the damage from the rocket was about 11 and 9. That's not very consistent damage. But let's look at the ADATS. ADATS can fire with or without guidance, so we tested them with and without guidance. We fired at both hull and the nose, but the damage was the same, 10 and 11. So the damage of the tank and the ADATS missile is about the same. So that myth is disproved. The fourth myth is that the damage of the ATGM Bradley is the same as that of the ship. We took an Abrams 6 and fired a missile and it from the ship, which did 27 units of damage. Then we fired an ATGM, which did 21 units of damage, so the myth was debunked. But we decided to do some more research and decided to check the damage of Apache and Lizardbird missiles. After 2 Apache missiles, the F-35 had 87% remaining and the first Apache did 7 units of damage and the second did 8 units of damage. So each Apache missile does about 8.5 units of damage. Then we tested the Little Bird damage. The first missile did 14 units of damage, as did the second, so the rockets did not do equal damage. The fifth myth says that the damage of the bombs is the same. First, we took the Stuka and sent a bomb to the Abrams 6, which immediately destroyed the tank. Then we took the A10 and did the same thing. In the beginning I couldn't hit, but on the third try I did. And we found out that one bomb does 44 units of damage. So the Kismatech did make the damage different, so that myth has been disproved. The sixth myth is that machine guns do different damage. For the test, we decided to test laser, boxer, CRV, boxer, GLTV. And we will test it on a test subject, Sherman. First we tested laser, which does 5 units of damage. Then we tested boxer, which does 8 units of damage. And then we checked the GLTV. And to be honest, we were disappointed with it because it did only 3 units of damage. We also checked the explosive sniper and it did 10 damage for a reason. We couldn't believe that the sniper rifle was doing more damage than the boxer. And then we checked the second machine gun on the boxer and the GLTV. And they have different damage. The boxer has 2 units of damage and the GLTV has 1.5. So the myth is confirmed. The seventh myth is that the speed of the Abrams 6 and the Bradley is different. We decided to check the speed on the speedometer, which turned out not to work because Abrams 6 overtook Bradley even though they had the same speed. As we found out later, the speed in War Tycoon is determined by the RPM of engine, and therefore the speed is displayed incorrectly. Apparently Kismatech mixed up kilometers per hour and miles per hour, so the myth is confirmed. The eighth myth is that the damage of the javelin is different. We tested on the Abrams 6 tank, we took the GLTV, the Abrams tank and the infantry javelin. The tank's damage is 33 to 28 units, the GLTV is 23 to 25. And the infantry is 29. So the myth is confirmed. The ninth and the last myth says that the damage of rockets, Katyusha and HIMARS is the same. We tested again on Abrams 6 and there were already exact values. HIMARS has 22, 29 units of damage and the Katyusha has 10 and 11 units of damage. So if you have any myth, you can write them in the comments, we will definitely read them. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe.